Hi, I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery in Monroe, Washington.
And I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Southgate, Kentucky.
And welcome to Wheel Talk.
Hey guys, we've loved answering all of your questions so far. If you'd like to hear your question on the podcast, please send them to us on Instagram at Wheel Talk Podcast or by email to wheeltalkpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks.
Ready? Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Becca. Long time no see.
We're live.
We are.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I got to see Becca this weekend on
Yeah.
a spontaneous trip. What did you text me on Friday?
On.
I think it was Friday. And you were
Yeah.
like, what are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what are you doing tomorrow? And he's like, just in the studio. And I was like, I need a spoon rest.
I'm actually living in an apartment and I realize I need something that I don't have. Can I get a spoon rest?
I need a spoon rest.
And I have plenty.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So she came and visited all day Saturday. She taught us how to make some pasta, which was fun. So taught Rachel and I how to do that, do the dough thing and the putting it through the KitchenAid mixer, thinning it out, like making slabs, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Pasta was good. Rachel ate the leftovers on Sunday. That Alfredo does not keep very well. She ate it somehow.
I told you.
She ate it somehow, but I did not eat any leftovers, but that's all right. It was good.
I was like, it doesn't keep very well. And she's like, I'll eat it. I'm like, okay. Okie doke.
And then Becca beat us in Ticket to Ride, so I can never win that game in person.
I did.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I always mutilate you in Ticket to Ride in person, though. Let's be real.
I mean, you do.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm pretty good at that game. Just not on. Oh, bummer. Definitely not. On the interwebs, but I am okay in person.
Yeah, every time I share photos of that game, people are like, "What is that?" And I'll have to tell them.
I know.
Just discover it, and then you can get the iPad version. The iPad version costs like $5 or $6, but it's pretty fun. I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it. It's fun. It exercises your brain, and it's like you actually have to think. It's a thinking.
It's definitely a long-term strategy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
it's
fun.
like fun or chess. That's what I feel.
See, I just finished the Queen's Gambit yesterday, and I still don't know anything about chess. I mean, I know how like the pieces generally move, but I don't really know how to play or any strategy, and I feel like I would need to have some sort of like practice to actually like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No. Yeah, I'm a fan of chess. I've always been a fan of chess though, so but my dad was really, really, really good at chess and he beat me every single time. So
yeah, it's probably hard to find people that you can play against if somebody's like way better than you. Like you're never gonna beat your dad if he always like you can't just there's no luck there. That's a very skill driven game. It's
so me as a 30-year-old can play Val's daughter, who's an 11-year-old, and we are equally matched.
Yeah. And there's something, I don't know, but it seems like there's some things that some people can just be like gifted at. Like you understand what's going on. You can kind of see it and kind of strategize that way. But I don't know. I'm more checkers than chess.
Oh my God. Molly mutilated me in checkers. I told her we had to play chess because she sucks at chess a little bit, at least.
Wait, Molly's not the 11-year-old, right?
Yes, Molly is the 11-year-old. She kicked my ass in checkers. Like, just, oh, man, she just killed me.
Oh, so her
like,
checkers game is up here, and you and her chess-wise are, like, on the same level.
We're pretty par.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. When she was like, "You want to play checkers?" and I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "I haven't played checkers in forever." She beat me in like 5 minutes.
Jeez.
And yeah, and then I was like, "No, we're playing chess," because I knew that she was kind of like, yeah. And I think I beat her, but it was a longer, thankfully more even game.
Yeah.
But
what was you finished your first full week of work, right? And then you're kind of back to next week. So I don't know that we talked about that since you started working, but
yeah. So let's see. I'm back to work. I worked on Sunday and then I worked today. And today I was so scatterbrained, and I got like 90 pieces done, and I was like, I can't do this today. And so I went to Trader Joe's, and then I came back and then threw 60 more pieces. So that was nice.
Do you have a basic number that you're trying to get done every day? You're throwing the same thing, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I'm throwing these small bowls. They're like probably 3 inches by 2 inches, and they have spouts on them, so it takes a little bit longer. And my goal pretty much every day is 150, because I could probably do more. I could probably do more. Once I get my my attention figured out, and I need to get a curtain. I need to get a curtain up. My chair keeps rolling away. A curtain up so I'm not distracted. And I wish that I could listen to music. I don't know. I wish that I could kind of listen to music louder, or not in my headphones. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out.
Because we were talking and I saw where your space was, and it's like, for you, being facing the middle of the studio is a big distraction, right? And that's what the curtain's
huge.
For. So you're more of facing a wall kind of maker or thrower.
I'm more of I'm 100% wall facing thrower, for sure.
Even if you had your own space and nobody was coming in there or anything, you would face a wall?
Always have always faced a wall, no matter what. And I'm also a be there when nobody else is there type of person as well. I could see that, yeah. So I think that I'll have to figure out what I want to do. But, part of moving here was to be have more of a little bit of a life. And I feel like if I start going in at 9 p.m. or 7 p.m., and work till 10, that kind of...
You're just going to work into the night and then sleep all day, and then wake up and eat some food and kind of relax before you have to go in at night again. And
I feel like that's going to be exactly what I was doing, and I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of but I'm trying to hit 150 a time. I'm at right now, my timing for 60 is an hour and 30 minutes to the T. So 40 pots an hour.
40 pots an hour. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's with pulling spouts and,
How are you, because I saw you were showing me that timer that you have. I'm curious about that too. How do you time yourself? Because when you're throwing, are you just starting it for 30 minutes and then when you hit 30 minutes, you'll stop it? You're not doing trying to speed throw and then push the stop button and start a new lap and stuff like that? Or what do you use to time yourself?
No, yeah. So I use a timer, a stopwatch. So I set, it depends. Today I was okay, I have an hour and a half to get this done. So I set it for an hour and a half and hit go. And then I'll I think that's actually better for me, because then I can see oh, I have 20 more minutes. I can get this done,
Yeah.
I can get this done. Yeah. I think I'll probably start doing that in intervals of an hour and a half. But previously I was doing it counting up. So I think it's good to have personally, I think it's good to have a set amount of clay that you always throw. So, like, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, so like these crumbles, there's 6 ounces and 64 of them, no, 62 really, fit on this board. Okay, that I have. A
single board?
So 64 of them. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
It's 3 across and then 2 and then 1, and it's 11 deep and then 10 and then 9. So, I think that is 62. It's somewhere like between 62 and 64. And so I know that should take me an hour and a half because I've thrown them a few times. But what I think it's really important is to have a stopping point, either a time stopping point or a piece stopping point. So, and in this case, I have both. So I want to make sure that I do it in an hour and a half at least, preferably faster, but it's probably not going to happen. And I have this board and I set everything up so I can see the board moving, like, so I can see the pieces decreasing.
Right.
You know?
I mean, your bucket's getting lighter as well as the board's filling up, so you can, like, see that transition, then you can look at the time and kind of see how you're progressing.
So that helps, but still, I just get super distracted, and it'll come with time, I think, and yeah, I think that also maybe potentially like going in, throwing like 60 of them, and then leaving for maybe an hour, and then coming back and throwing 60 of them might be a good idea for me. So,
yeah. Is the hour and a half just to kind of give your body a rest, as well as just you can sit stagnant for an hour and a half, and then you like body wise you need to get up and like move around? Is that how
kind
you set
of,
the
but
hour
it's
and a half?
also how many pieces are on the board.
Okay.
Like,
so if you hit an hour and a half and you still
pieces are
have
on
10
the
in the
board.
bucket, are you going to throw the last 10 to fill those boards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the board's priority.
Yeah.
But if like, so I also have these boards that I put the pieces on, and there's like 8 that fit on a board, right? And I put them in the shelf. If I only have 2 left at the end of the night, like 2 balls of clay left, I'm just gonna wrap those up and do it tomorrow, because that's annoying. Like, I'm not just gonna put 2 on a board that could hold 8. So
I wonder if is that any different that you don't have to touch them after the fact? That like you're willing, like I can throw a few more because like you don't have to worry about them after you throw them. Like that's the end of your job at that point of throwing those. Because sometimes I'm like,
great.
Do I want to throw more because I'm gonna have to touch more of those later, and then
afterwards,
are they gonna fit in my damp box? I'm gonna have to figure out a place to put them and wrap them up. Like it's a problem down the road,
right?
So I might not throw it.
Right. No, yeah, it's nice. On Tuesdays, I'm going to do hourly. So instead of piece rate, so I get paid per piece for the little crumbles. But on Tuesdays, I'm going to be hourly because the person that trims everything is taking that day off. So I'm going to be the person that trims on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. So you might trim some of the ones that you threw.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had something to tell you about today. So I found a new podcast. I know we were talking about we've been kind of in a podcast lull, but I found a new clay podcast.
What?
It's called Mud Peddlers. It's
Mud Peddlers.
It's Lindsey and Donte. So another male-female group. They're in Sacramento, California. I believe they record together, but they talk about similar stuff that we do. They're shorter episodes, so they're probably like 30 to 40 minutes an episode. And I believe they've been releasing them bi-weekly since June of last year. Are you looking it up?
How do you spell peddler? The Mud Peddlers.
Peddlers, like Peddlers, right? Is that how you spell it? Yeah, so I think they've been doing it since June of 2020, if you can correct me. But I think they're about 20 episodes in or something like that. So I found them today through, I can't remember how, I think I was cleaning out my podcast batch of like, you get the shows and they all batch up together, and then I was like deleting ones that I stopped listening to. whether it was episodes or just like in the list, it'll put all the shows together. So I found a podcast, and I think I was looking at recommended ones, and that one came up. So I've been listening to them. It's been pretty good. It's cool to listen to two people chat. It's kind of like our format, right? So they're kind of just bouncing ideas off, and then Lindsey's a full-time maker. She just left her day job recently, or at some point. I can't remember. Don't quote me on it. And then Donte is a YouTuber, and then he also has a full-time job and does it on the side. So some of our listeners may be already familiar with that podcast, but I just found it today, and you should look it up. But yeah, they talk about pricing and, quitting your day job. And I probably listened to 6 or 7 episodes today. And yeah, it was interesting. So
it's I'm reading their reviews, and and it sounds like Dante's like me, and Lindsey's like you. I
think so. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Dante's kind of got your personality.
Yeah.
And then Lindsey's more like me, where it's more strategic and more structured and organized. But Lindsey's the full-time maker, and Dante's the side hustler. But he also does the YouTube channel and stuff. So
that's cool. Yeah, this is funny. I just have to read this, like just a bit of this review. It's funny. Donte and Lindsey are fresh, relatable, silly, and authentic. I've tried to like the other pottery podcasts out there. Zzz. It just says Z's.
Like they're sleeping.
Yeah. This podcast is entertaining, and they talk about things I'm interested in hearing about. Donte is a little rough around the edges. If you listen long enough, he will admit it, while Lindsey offers a bit of thoughtful class. That is us in opposite format. That's fun.
Yeah.
Except for we're boring.
We're the buzz.
So that's fine. We're the boring. But I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Probably
because our episodes are twice as long, and there's a lot of filler bullshit in here that we start the episodes with that people just give up. They don't care.
Probably. They're like, could you please get on with your freaking day?
I mean, Josh told us this. He's like, get to the fucking topic already. Jesus.
Get to the fucking point. You guys, we're not getting to the fucking point. You can just.
Yeah, we'll save an episode review for you today. That's your review for today. Go listen to Mud Peddlers. That was a review about Mud Peddlers, so go find them.
Yeah.
On all of your listening platforms.
Maybe we should start like pinpointing when they can skip to. If you want to skip to After Our Days, it's at 30 minutes and 2 seconds.
I also want to see if we could chat with them in the future, so maybe we can talk with them a little conversation on the podcast. I want to ask them podcast kind of questions about how they kind of structure it and stuff like that after listening to a few episodes. So
how exciting.
All right.
They only have 5 reviews out there. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, good. They have more. I was going to say, everybody, you should go out there and listen to them and give them a cool review.
Yeah.
Nobody hates them, so that's good.
They don't have any 1 stars or 3 stars?
No, they're all 5
that's
stars.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nobody's questioning their advice, which is also good.
Manners need a little refined.
Nobody's manners need to be refined. Yeah, it looks great. That's exciting.
Yeah, so I just discovered him. I said something to her on Instagram today, so pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Sweet. So what are
I
we
have a short listener question that we could probably answer that's technical.
Okay.
So this one came from Lisa Bloom Pottery. I believe she wrote through our website. So we have a contact form on our website if you want to look that up. It's wheeltalkpodcast.com.
Yeah, because podcast
and
was taken.
The question is, sometimes I have a bucket of dipping glaze that I haven't used for months, and I wonder if I should re-sieve it after I remix it with my power drill mixer. What do you think? Besides removing any bits and pieces of bisqueware that may have contaminated the glaze bucket, is there any advantage to re-sieving it?
I don't think so. But I'm really relaxed on glaze. What do you think?
Yeah, I do the same thing. I just mix it up. But, I mean, there are some glazes that... It depends on what glaze you're doing, right? I mean, some glazes, if you mix yourself, they could hard pan or like get really stiff, and there's really solid pieces in there. Generally, bentonite in your glaze recipes will solve some of that and keep the glaze suspended longer, and hopefully, I think the bentonite helps with no hard painting, but there may be a flocculation,
bentonite is
deflocculation
like
stuff that has to do with the hard painting
kind of
too,
like
but
a thickener, so it helps it suspend.
Yeah, so I would say generally if you can mix it up and you're not like scraping the bottom of material.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I've stuck my drill down in there and I haven't used it for months, and the drill literally just digs a hole and that's it into the glaze that's hard. So if you're doing that, like maybe you should re-sieve it and maybe you should add some bentonite. Generally, all of John Britt's recipes in his book are all 2% bentonite in every single one of them. So,
yep. John Britt's a bentonite fan. I can't answer this question because I've never had a glaze that sat for 3 months.
I mean, I've had a few glazes that have sat for a while and I've pulled out, but yeah, if they're not hard panned or like really, really stiff and I can actually integrate the materials all the way through, then I pretty much always just stir them up.
Yeah.
What do you do when you top glazes off though? Do you mix new batches and then would you top it on top of the existing bucket that has like a gallon of glaze left or 2 gallons of glaze in it? Or do you take that 2 gallons that are remaining and then re-sieve that through the empty container?
Yeah, definitely. So if there's extra glaze in the bucket and then I'm making a whole new batch, what I'll do is I'll make the batch and then I'll add that existing glaze to that batch.
So you've already put the new batch has it been sieved twice already? Do you sieve it twice or once or?
No, the new batch hasn't even been sieved.
Oh, okay.
So if I've mixed up the batch, I've already mixed it up, and then I'll add the existing glaze to that batch, and I'll let it sit for a little bit and kind of like find itself together.
While it's got water added to it, right?
What?
There's already water in it, and it's already just kind of slaking down.
Yeah.
Okay. And you add the old glaze to the material that's new that's slaking down. Okay.
Correct. And then I'll sieve all of them together. So, but I don't sieve twice. I only sieve once.
Okay.
My cat.
Is he meowing?
I need to... Well, yeah, but he sees me. I'm about to get rug tape because he has moved the rug straight across the room.
That doesn't... Is that a real rug? Like, it looks so thin that it doesn't seem like a rug.
No, it's like a super cheap one from IKEA.
Yeah. Yeah, you need some rug tape.
But I know I need rug tape. He's been playing with his bouncy balls. Anyway, moving on.
Thanks
yeah,
for that
definitely.
question, Lisa. It shouldn't be too complicated. I would say as long as it's not hard painting, you can stir it up and it should be fine.
Yeah.
And you kind of get used to the consistency of the glaze that you like. If it's too thick or too thin, or if it's too thin, just leave the lid off for a little bit and some of the water will evaporate, or take a sponge to the water that's just sitting on top. Take a little bit off, or add a little water to it if it's too thick.
Or a baster.
A baster. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a turkey baster. Turkey baster is the long-lost tool of the pottery.
I have it, but I don't use it that much because I just can't clean it that well. I mean, I use it sometimes if I'm glazing the insides of something, but it's just more work to clean it than it is to just use like a little measuring cup with a scoop.
And squeeze it a few times.
I don't know. It's just not as easy.
I don't know. I
get a more consistent thing if I pour like a measuring cup. That turkey baster. All right. So I think that's the question we'll end with today for that. And then what are we talking about?
What?
You're like, I thought we were done.
Talking. Yeah, we're done.
Shortest episode ever.
Today, that was fun. Today we are talking about 2020.
Yes.
And what we did and where we are, and
kind of recapping on the year and then looking forward to 2021. Last year we did a goals recap episode and it was pretty in depth.
This is not going to
be like that because
no.
Yeah, we're already a month into the year, as well as we're trying to do all of it in one episode because it's a lot to cover. And we talked a little bit about goals a few episodes ago, so.
Yeah, for sure. We did. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with numbers. Shall we start with numbers?
Let's start with numbers.
What was your goal for 2020 and what is your favorite color?
What is your quest?
What is your name? Okay, I'm sorry. What was I saying?
Which goal do you want to know? Do you want to know I have multiple number goals if you know me, so
yes.
You just want to know
let's do total sales.
My big number. Okay. I don't know if this is the right term for it, but I put revenue. I don't know if that's the right term, but total sales before any expenses, any
total
Etsy
income.
Shipping fees. Okay. I hit a little over 60,000. Big number on the board.
Look at you.
Damn. My goal for the year, I believe I set my goal at 50,000.
Damn.
Last year I hit 30,000.
So when are you going to start doing this podcast alone? I'm kidding.
Podcast alone? What are you talking about? Are you kicking me out? Or am I kicking you out?
No. You're kicking me out. You got all the right answers. I certainly don't.
You're the color commentary, Becca. You're the entertainment. This thing would be a snooze fest if you weren't here. Come on. You know this.
Okay. Let's talk. Okay, so my goal, it would not be a snooze fest. My goal, there would be a lot of eyeballs in it.
And a lot of water drinking.
I'm so sorry. A lot of water drinking. So my goal for 2020 was $114,500. I don't know why $500 was in there. Did not hit that. Thank you, COVID. My total was 95,846. Yeah. Wow. These are.
I mean, most of that big difference that number includes
everything
that's the paint
selling.
and pot and pottery and everything.
Yeah, and everything selling at the end, like all of.
Oh, after you sold off all the equipment and everything.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, so that would have been way lower.
It would have been so much lower. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Thanks, COVID.
Thanks, COVID.
April, May, June, July, August were all under $6,000 for me.
Total or per month?
Because per month. April, June, and August were all under $4,000. So
my lowest month was March.
Yeah.
March was a little under $500.
Yeah, it got hit. We got hit hard in April and May. In June, I feel like May I must have had some sort of a wholesale or something.
We did the mystery boxes at that time of year. I had my mystery boxes. That's my May, June. Like June was huge. I think June was when the mystery boxes was. That was a little $8,600 in June.
Yeah, May was when I did.
That's my best month besides December.
Was when I did take-home kits with the clay, I think.
Yeah.
I want to say, let's see, they shut us down March 25th. So it would have been April and May is when I was doing take-home kits. But we were shut down March, April, and May. I think we opened back up in June, maybe? Maybe July. And then I announced that I was leaving in October, like beginning of October.
So that's when you started selling off a bunch of the bisqueware and your own personal pieces.
November was $23,431.
Does that include equipment and everything that you sold too?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
Was that your best month of the year?
Yeah, that's my best month I've ever had.
My December was 18,700.
Holy shit, Ryan!
Most of that was Etsy and shows, I think.
God damn, you are on fire!
Fire!
Fire! What is your quest? Okay, so let's see what. So okay.
Did you set goals? Did you set goals for different revenue streams throughout the year, or when you start a year, did you kind of do that? I mean, you're kind of shot in the foot with COVID, but.
Yeah, I did, but there's no way to tell easily on QuickBooks, the way mine is set up, whether it was like wholesale or not. So, my wholesale goal was like 68,000. No, sorry, wholesale was like 34,000. Square was 68,000, and flash sales were 12,000. I almost didn't do any flash sales. But I can tell you Square was 57,000, which was just a bit under what it was.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, I can't really tell anything else, but I think wholesale must have been around 17,000, 20,000, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And yeah, flash sales were just kaputs this year. That didn't happen.
I think my 18's a little skewed because I was looking at my income. It looks like typically I would list my Etsy sales for the month prior on the first of the following month. But for December, I added on December 31st. So December includes November sales of Etsy and December sales of Etsy. That's why it's so high.
Oh, okay. I see.
But also,
you didn't have to tell us that.
Stuff, but you know,
you could have written that one out.
I mean, it's fine. But I wasn't gonna put those Etsy sales on January 1st because that wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah. What was your profit? What was your profit?
My profit.
Your total income profit
was about
like your income after
47,000.
Okay, so this is your profit after all of the sales.
Profit after my expenses were removed, my Etsy fees, my show fees, my paying my assistants, my mileage, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty good profit margin. Okay. I don't pay myself either, so that's why it's so high.
Yeah. Right.
All of it stays in the business, so don't expect yourself to make 80% profit or whatever that is. I don't think that's 80%, but 75% profit or whatever that is.
Yeah. So my profit was 48,000. That's what it says in here. 48,000. That is not true. That's not right. So I don't know how. Something's messed up in here that I have to fix, and it's because I got a series of loans. So it says that the income could be completely wrong too. So it says that my income was or not income, but it says that my expenses were lower than they actually were. Because there was actually a $35,000 expense in there at some point, and I think I probably profited about 10 grand. But it says that I profited 48.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to figure it out. I'm like so tired, and I want to get my taxes done like pronto, but
yeah, you're gonna beat me to that.
I always do.
I'm like piling up things right here on my desk of everything we need to take to the tax person. But they just sent us something in the mail that said we're not doing any in-person stuff. But I'm like, all right, but I still want to talk to somebody at some point or in some fashion because with the small business stuff, I'm like, why can you not make it doable to say like if you have a small business, like we're willing to do, or I don't know. I would assume 80% of the taxes they probably do are simple and they're sending them W-2s and whatever. and they're not complicated. Yeah. But if they're small business, like I feel like I would rather talk to somebody. So I'm like, can we not do a digital thing? So you're supposed to like drop it off with an envelope and all your stuff in it and fill out everything beforehand. But I'd rather like talk with them.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I got to fill stuff out too. Mine's all digital, pretty much all digital, but my accountant's been doing my taxes for a couple of years, so I just give her all the things on the portal, like the online portal, and then she does them, and then it's all hunky-dory from there. But something, like I said, something's messed up with my book, so I need to get on with my bookkeeper and make sure that's all good.
Yeah. So most of my, I set some goals based on the revenue stream, and one of them was like the show sales. I wanted to hit 25,000 in show sales, and I hit about 22,000. So I was a little lower, but you know the show quality that I had was way lower because COVID. I still had 24 shows that I did. I did 24 shows in 2019, but the show quality of like doing a bunch of farmers markets do not replace the income of a 2-day show or a 1-day art show, you know? So
yeah,
the profits were down there, but I mean, I almost hit it. And then my like online goal was $5,000. I hit about 28,000 for
nice
for the online. So I could not have foreseen that at all. That's the majority of why I was profitable by so much this year was the online sales. But I had to shift a lot of my focus too. Like that's not just, oh, I put stuff online and I just sold it all. It was like, hey, I never post stuff online. I had to put a lot of extra effort into photographing and listing and like keeping up with it and advertising more for it, which was a lot of extra
COVID
work.
really got everybody to start thinking alternatively, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that you keep... I'm like, what are you doing? But you keep drinking.
I'm drinking water off mic. I'm very conscious of it now. Gotta stay hydrated, funny. Becca. Come on.
Gotta stay hydrated. I have a mimosa.
Well, you just finished it.
That's true, I did. You know what I was realizing is that I didn't do Leavenworth this year, and that was in my goals. You know, that was in the plan, was to do Leavenworth this year, and then once COVID hit and everything went sideways, I was like, nah, I ain't doing that.
When you expect to do that weekly from, what is it, April to October?
Yeah, I expected at least 25,000 from that.
Holy shit, that just fucking kills you.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, I know.
How it's just...
Did you take on more wholesale accounts or more wholesale orders?
Yeah, I had a lot more wholesale this year, but I would have done it... If I would have stayed in Leavenworth, it would have been the exact same anyway. But yeah, my one wholesale account, gosh, I probably did 10 grand from her this year.
So the wholesale accounts
didn't
go down in quantity, even though they were locked down and not open as much to the public? You still had a similar amount or similar quantity of pieces you were making?
Yeah, I think so. Well, no. I started doing online sales too, so there is that. Like, I never was doing online before. What? Oh. Yeah, I was never doing, like, online sales before. But let's see. Urban Sprouts.
That's the planters, right? Made so many planters this year, didn't you?
I felt like I did, but apparently I didn't.
I mean, you were making planters all the way up till the last weeks of the year before you got rid of the kilns and stuff. Those were the last things you were making.
I know. It felt like I made a lot more than I actually did. I guess. I think it was probably... Wow, it was not even that much at all. I completely lied. It was probably $5,000 worth of stuff. Feels like more. I know for sure that at one point I like went in there and I dropped off an order and I completely forgot to charge her. I do remember that.
Did you get paid for it, or you remember that now that you forgot?
No, there was no money exchanged.
Oh my gosh.
And
very business of you.
And then, oh, so good, so good. And then, Pacific Northwest store, they started ordering a few more things this year, and so they ordered mugs towards the very end. And then, let's see, I did 2 mug clubs, I think.
Yeah.
No, one mug club and 1 large order for the company I did a mug club for last year. Oh my god. That's the best thing about 2020 is that I'll never have to do a mug club ever again. Bless.
See, I always wanted to challenge myself to do a mug club, but I never actually did it because of the stories that I hear about them, that people are just so specific or not understanding the handmade aspect, or changing their mind partway through, or changing the quantities, and it just doesn't sound like it's worth it for the money that you're getting out of it.
You know who has a sweet deal is Josh has a really good mug club that he does, which is, it's like super solid. He's been doing it for a long time, so it's, you know, kind of just second nature for him. But yeah, I feel like mug clubs are just cursed. Like this year, the mug club that I did, I had to redo 60 of them because my clay was kind of having some issues with the handle attachments and stuff.
Yeah. Not that there can't be a positive experience mug club. It's just
correct.
When I don't have the time to invest in something like that, I'm like, I'm not going to pick up that task for something that's totally unknown. That, like, what am I risking here by doing this? Is it like a good challenge, or is it just like, am I getting into something that it's not going to be worth it?
It's like, am I going to hate this by the end of it? And then I'm going to be like, God, I should have made them pay twice as much for that. Yeah. You might. You might not.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with commissions too, but they're just like smaller scale. Some commissions you get that are really small scale, like you're only making a few pieces, but they're very particular, and like you need to do certain things. And if something messes up at the very end, then you got to remake the whole thing. It's like,
yeah. Hey, what was your so now that we've kind of like talked about most of the money stuff, did you sell a piece for over $100? Wasn't that a goal?
I did. I sold a couple. Those were the carved vases, the black and white carved vases. I think I sold both of them in July. One of them was at a like outdoor backyard pottery show, and then the other one was online. I think I sold it. Actually, somebody reached out to me and saw my Instagram post with it, and he bought it for his wife for an anniversary gift. He was local, so yeah, they were both local. And actually, I have 2 pieces online still that are $150 and they haven't sold, that are the carved faces. So I don't know.
Nice.
I thought they would sell immediately, but whatever.
So do you have a large piece goal this year?
I don't think so. I don't know that would give me as much
that's so last year.
Now that I got it. I had that goal in 2019 and 2020 because I didn't get it in 2019, so I was like, let's keep it on there. But I feel like it wouldn't give me as much satisfaction, and it doesn't push me as much.
Yeah.
If I get it, it's like kind of like if you make things that are in that price range, they will sell, rather than like if I were to do something and I set a goal for $200, now I got to make something that's in the $200 range. What am I going to do that's $200? And then am I making it just to meet that goal? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot. This is a completely side note, but are your hands soft? Did we talk about this?
You felt my hands over the weekend. You were like... Actually, I just noticed my hands were pretty dry yesterday. I think they're kind of getting to the point... Such a weird question, Becca. Are your hands soft?
I'm sorry.
You asked me this the other day. When you were here, you asked me. You said they were relatively soft.
Oh, yeah,
I'm getting a little dry area on, like... I don't know what this is called. The back, my thumb, on the top part of my hand, at the bottom of my thumb. it's a little dry there, but I think it's because when I wipe my hands off, like I dry them, and they just get kind of dry there. So I need to like lotion up. But I've been throwing a lot this month though.
My hands are so rough. I feel like my hands are construction hands. Anyway, moving on.
That was like outfield, like from left field. Side
we
note.
might have to start doing these podcasts like on my weekends. Or not on Mondays at least. What about other goals that you had? What was your Instagram goals?
The Instagram goal was to hit 25,000.
Okay.
I was at 29.2 by January 11th. So.
Hey, where are you now?
I am at blah, 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 blah. I don't think I'm at 30 yet. 29.8.
29.8. Hey! I'm at 6,500 exactly.
Nice. By the time this releases, hopefully it's above that. Hopefully you don't have people that are filtering out or something that drops you below that.
Probably won't be. Man, you remember when this year I hit 5,555 and I made somebody unfollow me so I could take a picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you set Instagram? Do you set Instagram goals?
No, fuck no. I don't care.
I knew your answer, but I figured I'd ask it.
Like, there hasn't even been a clay post in the last, 12 posts.
You need to post a board of just really satisfying pots just lined up, even though it's Grace Code. Just be like, hey, this is my day job now. Production pottery.
I suppose. I just feel like it's really boring to do the exact, for other people to do the exact same thing every single day. And I'm not, artsy enough to,
make it creative and talk caption-wise about what you're doing and make it philosophical and shit.
Yeah. I'm no Florian Gatsby.
Oh, man. He does post a lot of the similar things, and I'm like, did I already see this one? Or is it just the video editing a little bit different? But it's, so well crafted.
He is gifted.
It looks amazing.
He is gifted in the way that he does his Instagram. I'm impressed. Yeah, no, I don't have anything to say I don't even know how I'm going to even do TikTok this year because I just feel like they're going to get really bored of what I'm doing and I haven't really.
But the monotony is real for you now. You know, it's production pottery. Isn't that kind of part of production pottery, right? Doing the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, what would be really, really, really funny is if I posted the same picture every single day, literally the same thing because that's what I was doing, and see if somebody catches on.
Sure, if you want that 6,500 to go down, do that.
Okay, did you have any other goals that I can't?
Yeah, I had a goal to have a home studio sale this year, which I was really looking forward to do, and I did that. I had it in November. It was open studio. I basically opened my garage up, had 4 tables out of work. It was pretty great, actually. I really liked it. The Saturday.
Yeah, you made a killing.
Saturday was amazing. I think I made $1,300 on Saturday, and then maybe $600 the next day. But it was awesome. I got to set it up on Friday night, all day Thursday, Friday. Set it all up in the garage. Keep the garage door shut. Make sure it all looks good. Open it up. I don't have to tear down. I don't have to take down. I mean, I kept it up for a week after. It was awesome. And
that's nice. When I did them at my house, I never tore anything down either, but that's because I lived out in the boonies and I didn't care if anybody stole.
Was it outside? Anything. I guess it probably was outside, right?
It was on my driveway, and I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. And then on Sunday, it was a little slower. So I just kind of worked in the studio and kept the doors open so I could see outside if people were coming. And I got a pretty good response locally. There's some neighbors and stuff that, they saw, hey, I see RD Ceramics on Google Maps, and I always wondered what the hell that was. So came by and saw, and there's people that live down the street that's got my stuff, and support me on Instagram and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. That was a big goal for me because it's one of those things that, for me, I was really nervous to do it because it's one of those where you're like, I don't think anybody's going to show up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm a big enough name locally that people would come and see me for me and just get my stuff. So that's where I was worried, but I got a good response. Obviously, I had, family came and stuff. So my parents came, and then Rachel's parents and her aunt and uncle came. And we kind of like made a night of it and got some dinner afterwards. But yeah, it was a good experience.
And then your dad promptly got COVID right after.
Yeah, he got COVID after that. I don't know if it was because of that weekend. I don't think anybody else in the group that was with us had COVID or got COVID. But yeah, so it was a good experience. I will definitely do it in the future. I was hoping that it would be a collaborative thing where I would have multiple people doing it, and we would kind of split up in the house on the like main level, and then we'd also have the studio open so people can kind of like go through and see people's different tables, and maybe the visiting artist would have like a 4-foot or 6-foot table or something like that. And we would organize the room in a way that there's open floor plan, and people could go see the different artists that are there. So maybe next year, or this year, I guess, 2021.
I don't think you should.
No? Just do me?
I think you should just keep it as yourself. I think you should just keep it you. I think that you could do one with other people, but
is it because there's just too complex, or I was under the assumption that more people means they could reach a different audience and they have different mediums. Maybe it's not all pottery and they could draw their own crowd. Or is it just, am I just overcomplicating it and I should just advertise for me?
I think you're overcomplicating it.
I feel like it's selfish to just say just me, like come see me.
No, I think that that's cool. I think that you should have one show a year that's just you. That's like, hey, it's just me. Okay. Like, you should call it the Just Me Show. It's just me. The Just Me Home Show.
I think I called it the RD Ceramics Holiday Open Studio or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. No, I think that's good.
I put some signs up around the neighborhood, so that was good. I'll definitely do that again.
You know what goal I didn't have this year? Selling my studio. That wasn't a goal.
That wasn't a goal. It came to fruition in March or something like that, right? Like,
yeah,
or you kind of decided on it in March or April.
Yeah, I don't know if people actually know that I decided in March that I was going to sell the studio, and I didn't actually say anything until October.
Well, I think you told us on the Becca's Big News episode, because I was asking you about it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like all my goals are all fucked up just because everything was all just weird this year. So, not only because of COVID, but because of leaving.
Yeah.
And moving.
Do you think people that didn't reach their goals this year because COVID just shit on it, does that give certain small businesses like a little funk with, why even set goals? Because I have no expectation. Like, I don't even know what this year is going to be like. Why? Like, something like that could just throw you for a loop and you have no, I don't know. I mean,
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I think you still need a plan for growth, or not growth, but you need a plan for something. You need to be shooting in some direction. Yeah. Or else what are you doing? I mean, you could just be doing it just to, I just want to break even or something like that. Like, that's fine. But shoot for something, right?
Yeah. Totally. I think you should definitely shoot for something. Because if you don't, then what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you even doing? Okay, so do we have anything to talk about from past to 2020 until we get to 2021 thoughts and goals and hopes and dreams?
I don't think so. The other ones for the local clay community and wider clay community was like, being the Clay Alliance president, did that, teaching. I did the teaching, and, some sessions were canceled for COVID, and then all of my wider clay community basically got shit on because of I had like NCECA and ClayCon West, and they all got canceled.
Right.
But we had some podcast ones that we reached.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we almost reached this one. I don't know why we set 75 episodes to get released, because it didn't mathematically work if we released one per week. We hit 72 by the end of 2020. Which, how did we hit 72?
I think you were being ambitious.
52? Oh, no, 72 total, because we started in 2019. Mm-hmm. And then we had interview 7 makers. We actually talked to 10 people, 10 different people. Like when Josh was on twice, I didn't count Josh twice, but... So we talked to 10 different people. That was good. And then we reached our Instagram goal of 800 followers. I don't know that we're fully utilizing Instagram as much as we could. January 11th, we're 1341 is where we were in January, beginning of January.
Oh, remember last year on this episode, I followed Wheel Talk Podcast for the first time. You remember?
Yes, I remember that.
We're at 1,370.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that we fully utilize Instagram as much as we could, but it's yet another thing for us to keep up with. But we do, appreciate you all tagging us, and then we do share that whenever people say that they're listening. And
yeah.
And then we had a listener goal, but we didn't hit that. I think it's basically reach 1,000 downloads consistently within the first 90 days. And we were at about 660. We were kind of guessing based on where we were in April, because we didn't really know what to judge for that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of figuring out where we want to grow the podcast. I don't know. We might have different strategic goals that her and I can talk about with where we want to set goals for the year, but I honestly don't know. I don't know what year. We haven't talked about this offline, but what our plans are for the year. But
we're at 741 downloads now.
741. Okay.
Yeah. Last 7 days we've had 1,033. Last 30 days 4,210, and last 90 days 13,000. All-time total downloads is 48,300.
Nice.
That's a lot.
We'll hit 100,000 by the end of next year, or the end of this year for sure. And double
hopefully.
That.
Unless we die.
I mean, that's possible.
Unless we die or have some, like, I don't have.
We have a catastrophic breakup, Becca.
Yeah, we could. Oh my God.
We see too much of each other, and then we just have a big blow up.
We'll blow out. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, it's funny because like the stats kind of go up and then down and then up and then down and then up.
Well, that's
down,
that. A lot of that's based on the day of the week that it releases, but
that's a good point.
And then the last thing on here was doing the pot swap for the holidays. So we did that for 400 people. That was my last goal of 2020.
Oh yeah, we did that for 400, and this year we're doing it for 800.
We're gonna double it. 800.
We're gonna double it. We'll see if 800 people actually sign up.
That reminds me, we still need to send out that review, the survey, asking people what they think. She just frowns so big right now. She's like, "Fuck that survey."
I'm so done. I'm like,
I'll send it out. I'll copy the one from last year and send it out. Don't worry about it.
Thanks, Ryan. I'll help. You just let me know. So what about 2021? Let's do some short goals. Let's see, where are we at for time? We're at an hour. So in the next 30 minutes, let's do some short goals for 2021.
Do you have something in mind? I haven't even planned my 2021 goals, but I mean, I have some general, like, high numbers.
Okay. No, I have no goals for this year. Me and Val watched this video, and he said that there was this guy, and he's like, people keep asking me about goals, and goals is a personality type that I don't have. And I was like, that's me right now. That's me. No, well,
you're like starting fresh, right? I mean, you could probably set some general goals. It doesn't have to be business as well. Like, you're probably going to have some personal goals, right? And that's going to dictate some of your business, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think that I'm just gonna really focus on liking pottery again. I mean, I like throwing still, but like liking the process of pottery again. I'm getting a new kiln.
Nice. Is it a
So I'm gonna
brand new
have
kiln?
to do something. Yes.
Nice.
Cone art.
Cone art. Sprung for the cone art.
Yeah.
Nice. Is it your
Sprung
kiln
for
or
the...
is it? Did you and Dusty like split it for the studio?
No, it'll be my kiln.
Oh, sprung for the cone art.
Yeah, I mean Dusty will use it, of course.
Yeah.
But it'll be my kiln. And so yeah, I haven't paid for it yet, but that's the plan.
We briefly talked about cone art kilns in episode number. I'm trying to find it right now. I gotta scroll through all the ones that I didn't list to. Episode 69. Kilns.
Yes. Kilns. Yeah, so I'm getting a cone art kiln, so now I will be able to say if a cone art kiln is actually supreme, even though most of my friends already do say that. And yeah, then I guess the next kiln that I potentially will get has to be an L&L. Then I'll have every single major kiln. I'll have owned every single major kiln.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I think the goals for 2020 for me for sure are like to really reset. This sounds so cliche, but my mind, body, and soul, like just reset everything.
Just sounds like I'd see that on an Instagram post with a fancy font.
Yes. I had somebody texted me this morning and was like, "Can we order?" We were sitting down. It's somebody from Washington. And they're like, "Can we order stuff?" And I was like, "No."
They were just in customers. So it's not like a wholesale or anything, right?
Right. Yeah. Like they just and they were like, "Can we order?" And I was like, "No, I'm sorry, I can't do it." So, I'm sure I'll get to it, but I think it'll be more fun for me, hopefully, and like smaller batch orders and fun money. So yeah, so that'll be good. I'm excited for that, and yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll start making urns with Dusty.
Maybe
he's making urns now. You ever know?
Or make some jewelry or something. You're learning some jewelry stuff with the glass maker, yes. Right?
Yeah, Krista Bermeo. I am learning how to do all of the metalworking and hopefully the glass stuff with her. Like she melts glass into long tubes and stuff. You got to look her up. She's amazing. Krista with a K. Krista Bermeo, I think. And yeah, and so I'm learning how to like make earring hoops and all the things, and I'm really excited about that. And then so I want to focus on that and and just kind of like having a regular job and cooking some more food. And
yeah, you can come over and we can make pasta more than once. We will do that again in the future. Fun
story. Ryan was like, "Oh yeah, you can come and do pasta," because I have like a pasta machine for my KitchenAid, and he was like, "Rachel loves pasta," and I think that you were like, "Whatever, we'll just do it." And then when we started doing it, he was like, "This is like clay."
It was very like approach the slab very gently and like don't bend it and like be gentle with it, and yeah.
So anyway, Ryan now likes to make pasta.
I mean, I'm not gonna make it on my own with Rachel or anything, but it's a fun group activity.
It is a fun group activity for sure. Yeah, so just like make more food for people, not just for me, and find friends, and yeah. That's my goal for 2021. What if we did
little like fun projects for Wheel Talk, like would you make some mugs if they were branded? If I was like, hey, figure out a cool way to like have some cool Wheel Talk mugs.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to do that with you, but I'm like we've kind of thrown around a few ideas of like, do we use decals? Do we stamp it? Do we do this or that? It's like, I don't know.
I think it would be so much fun. This is my idea. I think it'd be so much fun to get a mug from every person that we've interviewed and put a decal on it. Like, because most everybody's Code 6.
Or a single piece?
Yeah, like a single piece. Like, buy it from them and then put our logo on it and then sell it again. I think it would be cool. Like,
and then the Wheel Talk gets the profit?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we would buy it from them.
Right, so obviously. We buy it full price from them and then, yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be a lot of fun. Or even have them do, or like send them a decal and have them do the decal or something like that. But yes, I do think that we should come up with, I think that we definitely need to get merch this year.
I think there's opportunity there for it, and I know we've kind of mentioned sponsorship, maybe reaching out, and we don't know what we're getting into there with
yeah,
the back and forth and the like business side of the sponsorship part. So I think that's probably why we've been reluctant, but I think there's definitely opportunity. So maybe that'll be fun project. It's like,
and like
hey, do some experiments and see what you think. I'm like open to it.
Yeah, and we have t-shirts designed. We just need to get them done. Obviously, I think since I'm not in Washington anymore, we can just order them out to somebody, but it might be easier. But yeah. We got to do something.
Yeah, we're closer. I picture us doing studio visits to a few different people this year. If we can, I would love to chat in person with, 3 or 4 people at least.
Yeah. And I also think that, how last year in March we did the dinner with all the potters.
Yeah.
We definitely need to do that again. I don't know when we can do it with the whole COVID situation, but like, it was so much fun. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
That was right at the beginning of it, yeah.
Yeah. That was right when I was visiting Rebecca. That was when everything started.
Yep. Yeah, you had the photo with the bottle of liquid gold. The hand sanitizer.
The hand sanitizer. Okay, so do you have any short goals for 2021?
my lofty 2021 goals, I think I'm going to throw this out there. I think I can hit 100K in revenue.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to throw it out there.
Great.
I'm going to say that. I was thinking about that today and I was like, we're going to talk about it. I don't really know, but I'm going to just throw it out there. I mean, I was at 30 last year. I hit 60 this year. I think the limiting factor for me is time. And do I have enough pieces to sell 100K?
Yeah.
And I think pricing is going to be a big factor in there. And prioritizing the right things so that I can meet that. If that's my priority. So...
How many extra pieces did you have last year? Like at the end of the year, how many extra pieces do you have?
I don't even count.
Like a lot? Was it like a lot?
Probably 200. I don't know. Probably more than that. Okay. I mean, more than that if you count shot glasses and like small things like that. Right. Spoon rests. You saw my studio.
Yeah.
And like, how my personality is. I'm not empty the studio and then I'm like reset and making more stuff. I am constantly ahead of the game and always have a lot of work. And I'm still worried.
Will always be prepared.
I'm still worried with an entire shelving unit filled with work because I'm like, there's going to be opportunity and I need to like have pieces ready.
Yeah. I think you can do it. I think I have an idea of what you're gonna hit, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
Don't know.
Lloyd.
Sorry, Lloyd. I was waiting for him, and then he stepped right on the computer. Yeah. So Lloyd, unlike your cats, is very mouthy. Meow, meow, meow.
Like Autumn.
Yeah, I think you could totally hit it.
I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but I don't know that you want to say it.
What am I gonna say? What am I gonna say?
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna say, when I hit 2022, like I'm gonna be having to get to that point where I need to decide of like quitting my day job.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
No.
You were just gonna say number wise.
Yeah, no, just.
You think I could? I could double my sales?
No.
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 Do you think I'm overshooting myself?
A little bit.
I mean, I was thinking 80, and then I was like, let's just stretch it. Let's just say 6 figures. Let's just say 100 and see what happens.
No, yeah, I think that it's good that like. I think the realistic goal is 80, and then the stretch figure is 100. Yeah, I think that's good.
There's probably a sense of a plateau because there's no way I can consistently double myself. I'm gonna hit a part where I can't outpace. I can't hit that. I can't keep up with the pace.
Right, unless your product price goes up, you know.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to raise prices of some things. I know you and I were talking about it a little bit with like, do I price certain things different online by a couple bucks because of just...
Right.
Like also the market locally for a spoon rest, $12 is like reasonable for the market, but like $12 is nothing in California, for instance, or shot glasses are nothing in California. So selling shot glasses for $7 is nothing. Like, should I sell those for $1 more online? Or
I think that you are incorrect.
Incorrect?
$7 is not nothing in California. There's a bunch of cheap people in California.
Well,
that's why they're rich.
I got so many orders of shot glasses in California this year. Not just saying just California, but like, is $7 reasonable for the amount that I can keep up with, as well as delivering them to like 2 different shops that get them and sell them. At consignment, or do I like cut back on some of those because I need, do I sell it more from me?
Yeah, this year I really stopped caring as much about what. Okay, this is gonna sound bad, but let me go full circle before we get to it. I stopped kind of caring about as much locally the price. And then when I started selling online, I just kind of like started selling that across the board, that price that I was doing online across the board. And I thought that people locally would be like,
did you increase it from your local price? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I increased things probably by like $5 because I had to add in like shipping and handling and stuff like that. Like,
that's a good point.
Wine glasses already went up to 20, and then online they're 25. And so, like, if somebody came in and bought one in the store, it would be $20. But if they bought it online and picked it up, it was $25. And most of the time it would still be $25 anyway. And sometimes I'd give them $5, back.
So would that make people that are local, online. Do you feel better about seeing you in person because they get a discount, sort of?
A little bit,
if it wasn't, because I feel like I would still want to, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overanalyzing it. But maybe I do keep it the same.
Yeah, but then towards the end, I kind of realized that it was just easier just to be one price,
Yeah.
Like, just one price. And I really didn't get that much of a kickback from it locally. They didn't really.
And the kickback is going to be so minimal for the sales that you lose from it are going to be made up in the money that you made off of it.
So I think that you selling a shot glass for $8, $9 online, I think it's totally reasonable, especially the fact that you're gaining a higher ground of you're gaining more of an audience. I think Etsy's also elevating those shot glasses a lot on their platform, because I've got so many sales. I've got a few sales from like the offline ads, as well as just when I go to like shot glasses on Etsy. Like, I am pretty much up there, like at the top. Really?
And like it labels it labels them as, I mean, you might have to say ceramic shot glasses, but I don't know where I am if I just say shot glasses, but the price is very appealing. Plus, it has that like best seller tag on it, as in like in my shop, it's one of my best sellers.
Oh shit! You are number 5.
Did you just say shot glass?
I said ceramic shot glass.
Yeah. What about shot glass? Do I show up if you just do shot glass? It's probably a lot of glass ones.
Yeah, there's a ton of
with
glass
a bunch of
ones.
Decals or like designs on
them.
them.
You're still in the first. You're still in the first page.
That's good. See, I think the price is very appealing when I'm looking at comparing them to the other ones in that field of ceramic shot glass. Like my price is pretty appealing for what you can see there.
Yeah, let me go look back. What if you did $7.99?
What if I just did 8?
Yeah, you could do 8 too. You know, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but somebody once told me that 8 is a number that people can't differentiate between 10 and 5. So they see 8 and they think it's 5, like they go down to 5 instead of up to 10.
Yeah.
It's like that's the best number to price your items at.
That's where I'm kind of finicky when I start to consider listing the spoon rests, because they're currently 12, and I'm like, if I list them at 14, because I don't feel like I would go up $1. I feel like I'm always an even number person, so I would put 14 rather than 13, and I'm like, oh, now it's $15. It's not closer to 10. Like, is that going to be a deterrent? But I feel like $14 for a spoon rest is still reasonable.
Yeah. Shit, this lady on here, she's got shot glasses for $12. No.
Plus my shot.
Oh my
Plus
God.
my shot glasses have grown in size as well too. They're probably more like
her
actual
shot glasses are $14.50. And but she has free shipping. And she has these little tiny, what I would call pinch pots, but they're just like little tiny cups. And they're $12. They're so small.
Yeah. So I'm probably overanalyzing. So I think part of the meeting that sales number is going to be increasing prices on some pieces. You know, I'm not keeping up with some of my items. So I think the spoon rests might go up a little bit. The shot glasses might go up a little bit. I think my mugs, I might start the price. Right now they're at 24 for my smallest mug. I think I'm going to start my lowest mug at 26.
Yeah.
And then I might do my like average mug at 30 instead of 28, and then go up from there. So, and then the carved mugs, I'm still figuring those out. I think those are at 48 or something. I think they're 48. Maybe I'll go up to 50, and then the colored, speedball colored ones are 55. But I might need to go up a little bit because I cannot keep up with those.
The what?
The carved colored mugs, the speedball underglazed ones.
You can't keep up with them?
No, they're selling at 55. So I think I need to increase it to like 60 or something. I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah, I think the pricing adjustment's going to, because realistically, I can assume that I can create at least the same amount of pieces that I created last year, but probably more as I'm getting more efficient with what I'm making. And also I'm like front loading this year. I mean, I've already made 600 pieces this year, and it's only not even the end of January yet. But
shit, man.
You know, I only have so much time, so it's like, where is my time going to be spent that I can squeeze out more sales and then have the time to make those pieces? So yeah, that's going to be challenging.
207 reviews on Etsy. 1,037 sales on Etsy.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of a it's a little deceiving because the sales means individual items sold. That's not orders.
You didn't have to tell us. Again, you didn't have to tell us.
No,
this.
I told people that because I wanted to tell them, like, as other makers, I didn't know what that number was. But a lot of those is I mean, it still shows that I had to pack that many items. Like,
yeah. Ooh, over 20 people have your shot glasses in their cart. With the plant.
I like that feature. That's cool. That's like it drives the sales.
Yeah.
I feel like it's urgent. Get it.
Hooray! Look at you. I'm so happy for you. I'm excited for you.
I'm going to be stressed. Rachel's going to love it.
I think that that's also a very good point to bring up. Ryan, don't stress yourself out this year. Seriously.
Are you worried at how much I'm making already? That I'm like over
a little bit.
That I'm getting too, because honestly, when you were over this weekend, I felt a little guilty because like you and Rachel went to the store and got some stuff, or you went. Where'd you go? You went to go.
We went and got a chair.
You went and got your table and chair set for, an hour and a half or whatever. But you also like went to the store for a little bit, and I was like, "Ooh, I've got free time." And they're like, "Ryan, are you gonna go?" And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna stay here." Well, I mean, I couldn't fit in the car for the table, but I was like, "Ooh, I get 45 minutes." So I like threw a bunch of spoon rests, and I was like, "Ooh, that was nice." Like I can't get away from the clay, but like I wanted to throw something because I'm like, "Ooh, I've got a good solid 45 minutes to work on something."
Yeah, I just want to make sure that you don't stress yourself out and you don't like overkill on the pottery. You know?
Yeah. I think the stress comes when I have like shop owners that want something from me. They want me to restock a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to take a big bulk of the pieces that I have finished or a big batch of the bisqueware that I have ready to go. Mm-hmm. But that's also kind of like what the bisqueware is there for partially.
Is there for. Yeah.
So I can get ahead of it and be prepared. But yeah, there's certain things like, this one shop asked for these pieces and I don't currently make them in this size. So like if I'm making them, is it a new item that could be sellable for full price, but I'm giving it to them at a consignment price and they might sell it well. And then they're going to expect more. And then I'm just going to make more to keep up with their demand for something that I'm making 60% of. So it's like that comes into my mind when they ask for something new. And there's opportunity with certain forms. I mean, I could just make all carved mugs and I bet they would have a decent chance of selling as long as I can keep up with it. But am I going to kill myself making all of these? And do I want to make only mugs? Like I don't. So
right. I just think you need to really be like, now that you've I feel like you've breached the, last year you were 30,000, this year you're 60,000. Like you're breaching the point of comfortability,
being comfortable in how much I can keep up with. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
That's a side hustle.
As a side thing. And so you're at that point. No, I don't think that you need to go to full-time pottery yet, but you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and
Rachel and sure doing outside stuff from pottery and not.
Yeah, exactly. Having priorities, you have a wife and you have a house and you have all these things, So I think that that's something that I mean, it's super exciting, right?
Yeah.
Super duper exciting that this is all happening, but you need to make sure that you get your priorities set.
Right.
And that could be something that you put into your goals,
Yeah, that's a good point. You can always have non-business goals for.
Yeah, you have a date night 2 nights a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Make a point to do it.
That's a good point to bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can already see it a little bit. I haven't taught this year yet, right? So, I probably haven't left the house in 10 days or something. I mean, I go to the library, but I go to the library and do the pickup, and they just bring it out to my car. So I was I think I was telling Becca, I was yeah, I haven't left the house, so I haven't had to put a mask on or anything because I haven't left the house for 10 days or 2 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just lose track because when I work from home every day and I go down to the studio, it's just endless. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's not healthy. I need to like get out and do something, but
I mean, it's who you are. Let's be real.
Hey, I like making pots. I still enjoy it. And I'm getting excited about stocking up tons of pots just sitting around. It's awesome.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say those are my primary goals. I'll probably go into detail and set some more specific ones in those different selling mediums. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go a little more general this year with the variety of goals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what do you think? It depends on your personality, I guess, whether more goals that are more specific versus just high level.
Yeah, I think that you specifically need very specific goals because that's who you are.
And I get excited about achieving like more goals.
Yeah, you're like a numbers person, but with that, you need to counteract those goals with like what we were talking about. With that, you need to counteract those goals with realistic life goals that balance you out. You know?
Right. Like getting to see Becca every now and then.
Yeah. And getting to see Josh and like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, things like that usually fall to the, it's like, oh, I've got shows going on. Or, you know, is there another reason to make a visit besides just going to visit?
Right.
You know?
You know?
It's hard for me to prioritize that sometimes, for sure.
Yeah. Makes sense. It's hard for everybody, I think. It's hard to keep relationships, especially when COVID's happening. You know, it just kicks everybody where they're like, oh, we don't really know what's happening anyway, you know? But, yeah, it's important to prioritize people. Even if it's just for people.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's just spending 4 hours with some, like not doing pottery for 4 hours and just hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a put something on the calendar
type of person.
And like, we'll see you this day.
We'll see you.
How about this day and we'll have dinner or we'll have brunch or something like that and we'll plan it out like a week or two out or longer.
Yeah. That'll change now that I'm here. What are you doing, Ryan?
Be like, are you driving?
Yeah.
The thing is, I was like, when she asked me what I'm doing tomorrow, I bet she's gonna like come by and see me. I was like, which is cool. But it's nice to have free weekends and not have anything on it. It's actually kind of freeing to not have anything dedicated.
Totally. I feel that. Yeah. For me, it's almost like I want to make sure that I'm doing something so I'm like out of my head. You know?
Is it you get in your head when you're just in your apartment, like watching something kind of thing?
Yeah, and I don't really watch Netflix or anything. I just kind of just sit here. And I'll cook or I'll do something. You know, I try to
play
do
with
something.
The cat, but you can't do that for like 4 hours.
Right. So yeah, I think that I'll be doing a lot of things.
Are you playing with polymer clay right now?
Yes, I am.
I was like, it sounds like you need like another hobby. You need like find a new hobby or something to.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll need to play some Ticket to Ride more on the iPad.
Yeah, exactly. We should probably get off because we're like
rambling.
Now we're just rambling. Well, yeah. I feel like we pretty much talked like that. We pretty much went over.
Yeah, we recapped the year and then looking forward and like high level what we're looking forward to. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a good year.
Yeah. I got one show cancellation already, but I got a good feeling that there's going to be we're going to be back to some shows.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We'll see. I'd like to do one show this year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to...
one show.
Do you want to come...
with you?
Share the RD Ceramics holiday show?
No.
You know what we could do? I think I'm going to do the backyard craft show at my parents' house again, so maybe you can...
Oh. Yeah, I'll do that.
Maybe you can do that. That'll be in the summer sometime, so...
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Maybe we can do that. Make a weekend of it.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd like to do one show and just kind of like make it super relaxed, but
and then we could compare notes.
Yes. Well, nobody will buy my stuff because I'm not local.
You're like, this is not a fair comparison.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be fun to do a show, and plus I have those tents that I still have that.
Oh yeah, you still have that huge tent.
I have two.
Yeah. Are they joined together or do they separate?
No, they're separate. So
okay.
It's two 10-foot tents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, you're committed to it. Soft commit, as long as it happens.
Soft commit. Whenever that happens, if I have enough stuff.
All right. Well, I mean, you've got like 5 months, so there's a good head start. You got 5 months.
I'm ready.
5 or 6 months. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Hopefully you've got some goals planned for this year and shooting for something. But
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
sorry that this was a little different than normal, but
I think it's fine. I think this is what you picture when we say let's just shoot the shit. It has like a very loose outline of like we're going to talk about these two generally and then we'll just see what happens.
There you go.
So, hopefully people like that. I assume
hopefully.
So if they still listen, so.
Well, yeah, next week we'll have 100 less listeners. I'm kidding. I don't know.
And go check out the new podcast. All right.
Oh, yeah. What was it called again?
Mud Peddlers.
The Mud Peddlers.
With Donte and Lindsey.
With Donte and Lindsey. Sweet. Excited.
All right. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We really appreciate it, and we're having so much fun. If you want to follow us individually on Instagram, you totally can. Ryan's Instagram handle is @RDCeramics, and mine is 5 Lines Pottery. That's the number 5. We would love to hear from you, and don't forget to write us a review on our podcast. We read every single one of them, and we totally appreciate them. They help us out an awful lot, and they also put smiles on our faces. I hope you guys continue to listen, and we love you. Thanks. Bye.